Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. It is I, Straw Hat Lucas, Captain of the Eternal Dawn, and today I'm joined by the homie.
Yo, what's up? It's me. It's your boy, Joshua Vykthor. Ready to talk about some manga?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm hyped, Josh. I'm not gonna lie. Just like last week, guys, we're gonna be starting out with the newer manga, right, that we're reading. And today we're going to start out again with Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. A little bit of a surprise chapter for me, if I'm being honest. I really expected Yana and them from last chapter just to dive right in. And like I said last time, guys, spoilers for Ultimate Exorcist, but there's only 14 chapters out. Listen in, see if you like what we're talking about. Go check it out if you do. But yeah, I expected Yana and them to like actually fight, if I'm being honest.
Nah, I mean, it was just a one-sided fight when Kyoshi and Harai... Yeah, Kyoshi and... what's that other guy's name?
No, wait, Harai is Kyoshi's name.
Yeah.
Sosuke Hitsugi.
Yeah, Kyoshi and Hitsugi to just bully them. That this chapter was way better than what we expected.
Yeah.
Because, the beast of the forest showed up. The big dog.
Yes, we saw the ferocious beast of Memento Forest. And now I've not read all of Naruto, but that does look like what Kurama is that it? Kurama, yeah. That's what I thought of when I saw it, especially with like the little swirls around its eyes and stuff. Because I have seen its design before, even though I haven't got there in the story yet. I'm only on chapter, which, oh man. Okay, so cat's out of the bag. I've been reading Naruto instead of watching it.
Yeah, right.
I'm in the hundreds right now. About to get to the final fight of the tuning exams, like where they're doing the tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I thought of when I saw it. But good old
Yeah,
Mindy.
for me, for me, I got a complete different. Like, how far are you into Hunter x Hunter?
They haven't completed the hunter exams yet. Gon just got his hunter's license, standing up against that one guy in the fight and like getting his arms broken.
Yeah, you haven't got the top, but yeah, the beast that protects the Zoldyck family house. Pretty much that reminds me of. I don't know. Yeah, I can show a picture. But yeah, that the large snout, the claws from the front hands, the front legs.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like it had very human-like hands as well, and it kind of goes with what I was saying last episode, where like the mangas that are coming out now are all the people who were inspired by the manga that I read as a child, and I'm sure you probably watched Naruto when you were young man. Like you can tell the inspiration is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Tosuke pulled out a surprise win this chapter. He not only stood up to the beast, but saved Yana, which I was surprised. I wouldn't have saved that guy at all.
Yeah. But yeah, he's just a douche, but he's not an evil guy.
Oh my god, is that a One Piece reference? I'm glad you're still in One Piece. Yeah, no, I think it would have gone against his friends. Like everything we learned about Tosuke in the last chapter, I think that it would go against kind of his character if he wouldn't have saved Yana. I was still not expecting it though, and I love that Kyoshi was like, I guess this calls for my... Oh yeah, that's right. We got the crest exorcism system revealed because we had seen Kyoshi use his tattoos before, but now we know what it is. I forgot about this actually. This excited me because it's giving us more depth to the power system that exists in this world.
And yeah, we saw with Kyoshi, he has the sun and the moon arm and the cross paladin with his things.
Yeah. I wonder if the 777 on his back, which I think we saw in this chapter, yeah, right here. I'm wondering if that will also be a crest exorcism at some point. Because it is like the holy numbers and they are exorcising demons. So I'm wondering if like that's like his super secret move, or maybe it's even a shield so he can't be hurt on his back. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much to speculate on because we're so early on in the series.
But from what we know until now, only the arm ones are the powerful ones.
Yeah, so far, yeah. I will say, what I did not expect was Kyoshi to befriend Mimi, aka the Beast of Hokuto Forest.
I love that.
It's so shonen protagonist-like, right? Like, instead of fighting this big monster that straight up, unalived Tosaka's best friend, he was just like, give me your paw.
Yeah, I mean, it's an animal, it only works on instincts. But pretty much it was said that chapter it's pretty much scared. Everyone just attacks it because it's a strong creature.
Yeah. Because it looks strong, everyone immediately assumes that it's bad or it's gonna hurt them, it's aggressive. Like you said, its animal instinct will kick in.
Yeah.
He tamed the beast. That panel of the beast licking Kyoshi is just probably the most doggo thing I've seen in a manga in such a long time. That thing actually likes him. I want to know more about these two though. I can't remember their names right now. We just got introduced to them about 3 chapters ago. I'm sure we'll get more on them. But the ones that are, I don't want to say friends, but acquaintances with Sosuke, Hitsugi.
Right.
Yeah, I want to know more about them.
Yeah, I think we will know more about them in the next stages of the exam.
Yeah,
stage.
Yeah, Cook was the real MVP this chapter too, because he was the one that led Hitsugi and Harai, or Kyoshi, to Mr. Tosaka, which is always good. No, I just got reminded of it because I saw him sitting on Mimi's head. It was like, oh yeah, Cook's leading them there as well.
Yeah, who was a more good boy, Cook or Mimi?
Yeah, any chapter with Cook in it is a win chapter to me. I hope that Tosaka becomes like a main character for this arc, you know what I mean? Like a tertiary character that's with him. Maybe even beyond that, maybe part of the core group if they all become cross paladins. Let's go to the final phase. It feels like they're setting up the core group right now, if I'm being honest. So I would like to see Tosaka be part of that. And that's not because I just want Cook to be there at all times.
Nah, you just want Cook.
That is exactly what I want. I'm not gonna lie. Look at my chicken boy. Like, he's the best, dude. So before we move on from Kyoshi, what do you think the next phase of the trials are? Do you have any idea at all what it could be?
I mean, probably gonna be like the participants are gonna fight each other, like in every test in Hunter x Hunter or in Naruto. The final exam is a tournament.
Yeah. I was thinking we might get one more test before the tournament, maybe something that seems like super childish, because like once again, like you just brought up the shonen tropes and everything, like they can play a game of tag or something like that, you know what I mean? But it's an intense game of tag. And I feel like we might get something like that and then the tournament, but I could also see them, especially since it's kind of a first-time mangaka, I could see them going straight to the tournament, which 15 chapters in, getting a tournament arc, I'm in. Like, I'm sold. Let's go.
Yeah.
Next up on the list, though, for weekly reads, is Gachiakuta.
Oh, yeah, this chapter.
Dude, this chapter, though. So, last week, guys, if you tuned into our Gachiakuta segment, we talked about Tamsi and his relationship with Rudo, and not only that, but what Rudo had actually heard from the information broker a few chapters ago, and we got that this chapter.
Yeah, Rudo doesn't know shit about Tamsi.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about Tamsi whatsoever. That is not what the information broker gave him. Rudo straight, like, he stood on business with the information broker, man. He was like, you're gonna tell me where Amo is.
Yeah, exactly. The second information.
The second question was, okay, what was the first question? I can't remember. They said it in this chapter too, and we've talked about it several times.
Yeah, how he can be in contact with the one who makes the chokers.
Yep, the person who makes the chokers, that's right. Which the information broker said he didn't have any clue of. So the second one was, you'll tell me where Amo is. And he gets the information of where Amo is, and we saw that play out, right? We saw him go into the bunker. We saw him find Amo. That's where they're at now. They're in the hospital room with Amo as Rudo is remembering all this. but I think we both can agree that I kind of wanted Rudo to give him the payment for asking him by who when he answered, who has Amo? You know what I mean? Like, captive by who? I knew Rudo, if he offered him to pay another payment, Rudo would have taken it.
I mean, he said that, Rudo could have asked more, but he know that someone will get hurt, like Rio did.
Oh, yeah.
He held back.
He held back, yeah. Which I respect. Like, Rudo's learning, because I don't think start of falling down from the heavens, Rudo would have waited or taken that into consideration. Actually, no, I think he would have taken that into consideration because he sees everything as precious.
Yeah.
Rudo's a complex character, man. It really is.
Yeah, pretty cool new MC.
I think so as well. And I was talking about that with the crew yesterday. Is after the meeting we were talking about like the new upcoming wave of anime, and I was like, well, yeah, Gachiakuta is coming out in 2025, and everyone was like, there's an anime coming for it already? I was like, yeah, dude, an anime got announced for that like right before it hit 100 chapters. I can't remember a series that hadn't hit 100 chapters and then got an animated series. That's telling right there how big this is going to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also there were the reveal for the anime said Sudebon said that there were discussion on who will animate the anime, like between the studios. Ever since chapter 1.
Ever since chapter 1, yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. So Bones wasn't even the first pick. It was a whole like, I want it, no, I want it, no, I want it kind of thing.
Yeah, they had to decide.
That's crazy, dude. I didn't even know that. Well, if you guys are listening in, read Gachiakuta. Like, we've been talking about it, and I know it's kind of vague what we've been saying, but like, that's because we know the series. But Rudo, one of the best MCs I've read in a long time. Zodell, the main villain of the series, from what we know so far, one of the best written villains I've ever read. Even his henchmen, like Jabber and them, amazing.
Wait, that's spoiler shit.
Yeah. Oh no! Listen, anyone who has listened to these parts of these past 2 episodes knows that we hate here.
Yeah.
This part where he freaked out on the information broker is just amazing, dude.
Yeah, immediately go for a punch through the door, up the stairs.
I've got to screen cap that too and throw it up on stream. Screen.
Like we saw Kuro go through the door, and then we say we're seeing Engine go up the stairs. How hard did he do the punch?
He punched him up the stairs and through the door. This is the most interesting part of the chapter, at least for me, is the note that Kurto handed Rudo. Well, he handed it to Engine, but
yeah, and it makes sense. Like, they have chokers on them. The choker maker can hear them.
Do you think that? Yeah. Do you think that the choker maker then is? I don't want to say bad, but very much in control of most of the situations.
Not really in control, but yeah, I think he's like Kuro, like someone who wants to know more, and I don't know. Well,
enjoys listening in. If Gachiakuta has taught me anything, it'll probably be like when they meet the person who makes the chokers, they'll have like the most tragic backstory of never being heard or never being able to hear people. Maybe they were deaf or something like that, and that's why they want to listen into everybody. Yeah,
and also the things we know about the Watchmen users, something has to be missing from them that can be filled with having a Watchmen series, part of the Watchmen series.
Yeah, like Rudo's hands being the way they are.
Yeah, and also we've seen Rudo freak out when he doesn't have the gloves.
Yeah, because it's his, which I'm pretty sure. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that because of the power that's like resonating through him or something like that? Like that helps dampen it. I don't know why I think that. Was that in the manga?
What to say once exactly about his cars or?
Well, I thought that Rudo's gloves. Like they dampened his powers or something like that, or like no, they help his pain go away. That's why I'm so confused. I'm sitting here like, what was it?
Yeah, wearing the gloves helps with the pain.
Yeah. What do you think that is, by the way? What do you think's up with his hands? Do you think it's because of whatever the watch? Because it looks like the same skin texture that the mangaka uses for the Watchmen series, or the Watchmen, I mean, from what we saw of him in that one big ass panel reveal.
Yeah, I have no idea. All we know is that it's made from his biological dad. That's the only thing he left Rudo with. Cars. Yeah. And it has to be some kind of cars.
I think so as well. Maybe the Shipwright family was cursed, and OG Shipwright. Oh, no, I just saw that picture from the Hunter x Hunter thing that you sent. I see exactly what you're saying with Mimi. That looks, yeah. The ears too, man. Okay, but Gachiakuta. But yeah, no, that would make sense then, because maybe the original Shipwright, like part of his end of the curse was that he was, he became the Watchman, the one that sits between the worlds.
Yeah, I'm saying I probably had the kicks before. I don't know how would that like some sort of Joestar curse or something.
Yeah. Or maybe the Watchmen did that on purpose. Like maybe that's what happens if you use all the Watchmen series. And ooh, that'd be a cruel twist of fate if Rudo had to give up his, like sacrifice himself and become the next Watchman in between worlds. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it though. In the next chapter, do you think we'll see them going southward and looking for the White Crow?
Oh yeah, we said that the context of the letter, like it's south for holding the doll festival in 2 weeks. Like I think we are gonna see maybe of 1 or 2 chapters and then have a time skip to that.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Or maybe a chapter of like what they were doing in those 2 weeks, like the little bit of downtime that they get before they go. A little breather between last arc, which was, I don't know any of the names of the arcs for Gachiakuta yet, but I assume it's something like the information broker arc or the treasure box arc.
Yeah, it's well, whatever you want to call them.
But yeah, it's very interesting that Kuro straight told him, don't tell your fellow cleaners, because that makes me think that the cleaners know something more about, like maybe the higher up cleaners know something more about the person who makes the chokers than what even Kuro knows.
Yeah, I mean, it's also about secrecy. Like the more people you know, the more someone will slip up and the choker maker will hear them, because every cleaner wears the choker.
Yeah, you're right. That makes sense actually. Now we're at the last panel of the chapter. For the audience who can't see, me and Josh do go through the chapters again together, just kind of briefly looking at things and whatnot. This panel kind of upset me, and I told you that in our messages, because Rudo was saying to himself, I'm sorry, Tamsy, because he still likes Tamsy. He still doesn't know, like even with the last chapter hinting at us that he may know what Tamsy did to oh my god, why am I spacing out her name? Amo. It kind of hurt that he doesn't. I wanted him to know, but like we said last time, I don't think he would have been able to constrain himself if he did.
Yeah, exactly. He will straight up punch Tamsy the same way he punched Kuro up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. And he needs to punch Tamsy into a 6-foot hole, man. Like,
yeah.
I hate, like, we hate Tamsy in these parts, guys. Overall, though, I gotta say it again. If you're listening and you're like kind of interested in reading Gachiakuta, I highly, highly recommend it. Josh bugged me for like 2 months to read it before I did. Worth it entirely. Like such a good manga, dude. I really appreciate you giving it to me. It's become one of my favorite weekly reads. Hey, I said the name.
Yeah, now we have to bug Vex. He's the next one.
Yeah, Vex, if you're listening in, you're next. But that brings us to a third manga of the week, Dandadan, chapter 168, There's Someone Here. So, picked up exactly where the last chapter left. Well, not exactly where last chapter left off, because we were watching Okuran dominate some sports festivities. But we picked up with Momo in the library. And I really think it's cool that her psychic energy is still the same size as it should be.
Yeah, I mean, it's spiritual energy, like it's not physical. Doesn't matter if she's small, she still has the same spirit.
And I gotta screenshot that. The panel of her pressing her face up against the goldfish aquarium, I laughed so hard at work when I was reading that.
Yeah, nice.
Her face just looks so derpy, dude. Yeah, so this was actually the first few pages, at least, of the chapter, were really light, just Momo looking around the library. But then we get this, which I'll put up on screen right now. And this had me and Josh kind of talking a little bit. Who do you think this is?
Yeah. From the first panel, she straight up looks like a yokai, but as the chapter goes, he's just a normal student. But yeah, the first thing when I saw that small knife, I immediately thought about Saint Germain and his yokai sword.
Yeah,
he stores the power of yokais in small knives. Like that knife looks exactly the same.
Yeah, it like I said to you, I'm wondering if it's a combination, kind of, because I've had some time to think about it after we talked about it. I'm wondering if it's a combination of what I had said and what you had said, where Saint Germain can keep things in his sword, so maybe he's put some of the power from a yokai into this girl. And then I said that first panel that we see her looks a lot like the fairy tale card that we just saw get defeated. And that's how we found out about Saint Germain taking yokai powers. My reason for tying it to the fairy tale card is that she's hunting Momo specifically, and Momo is the last remnant of that cursed wicker trunk that has some of that energy still in it. So maybe she's locking on to Momo because of that. That said, it could be anything. I've never once successfully predicted anything from Dandadan because Tatsu just, you'll expect one thing and he'll take you in a completely different direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the panel work in this chapter were just like her frantically looking through the books. Just you can feel the energy coming off the page of like how panicked she is looking for them, which is something that I have to give up to Tatsu. My man knows how to draw a silent chapter. Like there's maybe 8 text boxes in this entire chapter that aren't Momo. Well, no, they're all Momo talking to herself or this girl calling out to Momo. It's just, like, I know I'm kind of stroking off Tatsu here, but it's, my man knows how to draw a silent chapter. This is not the first time in the series he's done this.
Yeah, and also at the end of the chapter, someone knocks over more books, like probably the fairies or whatever.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice that, man. I thought it was Momo who did it, but someone helped her.
Like, yeah, Momo said, like, who the hell was that at the end of the chapter?
Yeah, I thought she was talking about the student, but you're right. I think she's talking about who saved her.
Or not. No. She was distracted because the bell was ringing.
Okay. They didn't, oh yeah, they did. I'll just say they didn't translate the onomatopoeia in this panel, but they did. The bing bong. Bing bong! Joe Byron.
Yeah, on the first that place was the fairies knocking more books over.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to know more.
Yeah, I need to know more. Tatsu luckily doesn't take too many weekly breaks. I think that 1 month break was the first long break I've had since starting the series. And I've been caught up since like, I don't know, like I want to say 108, 109, somewhere around there.
I mean, he had to get familiar with Dandadan after that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, after dropping that, one of the spiciest chapters of the entire series. Are you familiar with Dandadan? There's a reason we keep saying it, guys. You gotta get familiar with Dandadan. Any more you want to touch on with Dandadan before we move on to the final chapter of JJK?
Yeah, not really. Like, there's not really that many contents with Dandadan.
Yeah, no, yeah. Especially with this chapter, like I said, Tatsu, he delivered it. He's a master of show don't tell, which is hard to do in manga format. That's usually something, for visual media that's motion, like anime or a movie. But he's really good at it in Dandadan. And because he delivered that to us this chapter, it's a little bit harder to discuss because a lot of it was the setup for this new character. But yeah, I'm definitely curious on what is going to happen next. But that brings us to the last manga for this week's episode and the last chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 271 from now on.
Bro, let's talk about the spread first. Like, I said in vexyz server that all those characters Gege had drawn in the final spread, like from the main cast, and he forgot Yuki. Where is Yuki? Like I said, Gege wants us to forget. Wants us to forget that Yuki's plot with curse spirits was forgotten. Gege wants us to forget about that.
I saw a meme going around where it was like a message from Gege that was like, the reason I killed off Gojo was because my wife said they'd leave me for him. Like, I ain't gonna bring it back. My own creation isn't gonna steal my woman, kind of thing. And it was like, oh my god.
I don't think that's true, but yeah, hilarious.
Yuki is not there, you're right. I didn't even notice that when I was first looking at this. I like the beginning of this chapter a lot. The dynamic between Nobara, Megumi, and Yuji, I almost said Yuki, because they made us forget about her plotline. But like, I love seeing them kind of getting back to normal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're just hanging around.
Exactly, they're just hanging around. There's a cursed user that they need to take down, but they're not really pressed about it. Like they're like, yeah, we'll get it done. And yeah, it was just enjoyable to see that. I want that for those three, especially after what they had been through with Shibuya and the Culling games. Yeah, Shinjuku. Like, it's I just saw that panel of Nobara and Yuji.
Yeah, the comedy panels were on point this chapter.
Yeah, they were. I'm sorry. I don't know, man. I'm melancholic about the ending, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So what did you think about this little memory scene with Gojo and Yuji?
Yeah, it's what we needed from the last goodbye from Gojo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't want us. Yeah, he doesn't want the future generation to rely on him and what he said, how he lived his life.
Yeah.
He wants to live to them to live their lives.
Exactly, and it felt a lot like, to me, almost like a passing of the torch without actually passing the torch. It's just more of a, you need to be strong yourself and don't depend on the strength of others kind of thing, like you had just said. And that line where he says, I expect great things from you, or I'm counting on you, like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then saying it back to the stalker guy, which I have to give myself props. The funniest thing happened, man. Last week here on Weekly Reads, I straight said, I think it's a curse user that was like in love with her and is doing this to her boyfriend because, and then I called it, man. Like the first time I ever get a prediction on JJK, and it's the last chapter.
Yeah, everyone gets their W's.
Yeah, everyone got their
some,
job.
Yeah, some small, some big. Like, me predicting. Yeah, Yuta was in Gojo's body 1 week after we got the chapter.
Yeah. And then we got this little scene though after everything was wrapped up with the stalker with Mahito and Sukuna. When I first read this, I thought they were about to set up a prequel to Sukuna, but I realized we had seen a lot of Sukuna's past, not all of it, but a good chunk of it. Do you think if we got a prequel series on Sukuna and how he became the cursed lord, basically, do you think that'd be good? Would you read that?
Yeah, I would read anything that comes out after Jujutsu ends, but I don't think we need that.
Yeah.
Like, people were always saying like we need to see what happened in the Heian era and things like that, but no, we don't. Like, Sukuna just defeats everyone and things like that. Like, we needed more Kenjaku, but Sukuna is a complete character.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like I said, that was my initial thought when I was reading it. But the more I thought about it, I don't think there's any questions I have about Sukuna. I understand his motives. I understand why he did what he did. Like, they even bring it up here where it's like, you did all this because you wanted to get revenge for how they treated her. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's a complete character. Yeah, and like you said, I think if they delved into Kenjaku's past a little bit and what they had going on, because we don't even know if they were originally, do we know if they were originally a man? I think we do. But,
no, we don't.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, yeah. No, yeah, we don't know even where they came from. So, like, I would love to see more about their journey across, these hundreds and hundreds of years where they were just jumping from body to body.
Like, but pretty much the entire plot of JJK and the entire... yes, Kenjaku stopped the entire plot, and also Gege choosing to end him early also hurt the plot. Because all the small things like America invading Japan or the debate of how to end the curses, that was tied to Kenjaku. Yeah,
exactly. And he's still alive, kind of. I don't know, maybe. Because of Takaba.
Yeah, but he's not really Kenjaku, he's just Takaba's best
partner, his comedic duo. So then we get the last page of the chapter, right?
I want more about Sukuna. Yeah, so basically Sukuna said like, I lost, like, my path in life wasn't the ultimate path. And we saw that the panel, he said I have two choices. One is Urame, that pretty much symbolizes the path of nurture and mentorship. Like a guy on YouTube compared it to
I'm trying to think
Zabuza and Haku.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much he could have gone on that path and the other path. Yeah, but that's probably Yorozu. He could have gone a path of love.
The path of love or the path of mentorship. And it looks like in this afterlife, he's choosing that path of mentorship.
Yeah, and also it's in contrast with Gojo and his depth in, like, Gojo went south and wanted to remain the same person, but Sukuna went north and wanted to choose a new life.
Yeah.
complete opposite.
That's a really beautiful way to look at it, Josh. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's a really good way to look at it, man. I hadn't even like considered it like that. I was so focused on Mojito being a little whiny baby bitch that I didn't even like think about the ramifications for the way that Sukuna is choosing to spend his time in this void that is the afterlife or whatever it is that we're seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he took a step in the right direction, though. I think out of the two choices he had, I think he chose the right one.
I don't think it's a right or wrong path.
I mean, yeah, you're right, because if the other path is love, like that could also be a correct path to choose. You know what I mean? It's more about
Like both of those paths
growth.
are, yeah.
It's growth, though. Like either path that he chose, it's growth. It's not I am the strongest, I am the undefeated, I am the one, the omega kind of thing. It becomes, you know, what's going to be the most peaceful afterlife for me, basically.
Yeah, and also you have the contrast between Sukuna, who said he's the king of curses, but he's not a curse himself, he's just human that was cursed by everybody. And then you have an actual cursed Mahito who can't grow up, can't see his mistakes because he's born of the hatred of humans towards humans.
Exactly. Even the other cursed spirits that we saw exercised in this, like Jogo even learned some humility in death. You know, it's be proud you were strong kind of thing. Mahito doesn't have that. Like you said, he's very childlike. He's born from that hatred of humans. I thought this part was really solid in the chapter. Vex jokingly, you know, was like, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because I had to look at Mahito. But we're on the final page now. I gotta ask Josh, before we wrap up today, final thoughts on this ending of JJK. What are you thinking? Did you enjoy it? Yeah,
pretty much it was a character ending, but with the plot, like, I think, Giga said before that he lets the characters write the plot themselves, some things was dropped because of Yuta went and killed Kenjaku early, pretty much.
Yeah. Which this is another problem that Shonen Jump has, especially lately, is where they'll tell an author, hey, we need you to extend it a little bit. I know you're planning on wrapping up, but can you throw in some more chapters and push back the ending? And they'll be like, yeah. But then as they're getting closer to that ending, they'll be like, now wrap it up as fast as possible. And it's like,
I don't think it's this case with JK. Like, I think Gege wanted this ending, she chose characters over the plot.
I think so as well. If I'm being honest, I think it worked.
Yeah. But also I would like us JJK to where he goes deeper and on the thing.
Yeah. I want to see what's going on with the wider world now that they know about cursed energy, like completely. That is something that will always bother me if we don't get a sequel. That said,
the wider world and the answer to Yuki and Geto's debate was the correct output of cursed spirits not exist anymore.
Because that was a huge point for Geto's character entirely, and like the whole setup for Kenjaku.
Geto saying you.
Yeah, we
what's
need
the correct path?
Yeah, what's the correct path? And
either optimization or erasure of cursed energy.
Exactly, and like you said, it reflects what we saw of Sukuna and Mahito's conversation and the way that Sukuna chose his path. We need that tied up. Please, 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 Gege, come back with a sequel just to tie that up. Release one chapter, Ichigo goes to hell style. And
give us hope.
Give us hope. Also, if you're listening, Tai Kubo, by any chance, give us that hell arc already. I'm ready for some more Bleach, my man.
Instead of said like he wants anything out until the anime ends.
Yeah, he wants the 1,000-year blood war animated in first.
Wait, Lucas, wait. We still have 2 cores.
Yeah, I know. We got 2 more cores. But you know what? That gives him time to cook, so I'm okay with that. But overall, man, I'm satisfied with the ending. Like, I'm not upset. There are questions that I have answered, but I think that choosing to go with an ending kind of wrapping up the characters and how they feel and how they move on with their lives after everything that they've been through, I think it was the right move. I think if he tried to focus on wrapping up plot lines like real heavily and stuff like that, that's when it would have felt like a mid ending. Like, because I don't think Gege would have done badly with the ending at all. And there's something I've noticed with a lot of new manga fans as well, is that it doesn't matter how the author ends the series. Echo Chamber is real, man. Like, because so many people on Twitter and Facebook and Reddit are so upset with this ending, and it makes me wonder, what story were they reading? This was very much in line with how JJK has been the entire time. Like,
Some people just can't accept it.
Exactly, they can't accept it. They want it to continue. And instead of voicing that frustration, they send that frustration towards the mangaka and towards how the series ended. Like My Hero, man, like I said it last week, you know, I wasn't the happiest with that ending. I wasn't upset by it. I was more kind of numb to it. And with this, I wasn't. You know, I was not completely satisfied there. Like I've said already 100 times, I'm glad with what we got. Yes, I would have loved to get more, but to see Yuji and Nabaro and Megumi with his fish-eyed face on this last panel, like, that's all I needed. I just needed to see my core trio happy. And
also the final page mirroring the first page of the series with Sukuna's last finger.
Yeah, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's good. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. After sitting on it more, I maybe even bumped that up to like a 7.5, almost.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, it's an 8.
Yeah.
Like all the characters were there, having a good ending.
Yeah. All right, so that is it for Weekly Reads this week. But now that JJK is over, Josh, what are we going to be reading next as our 4th manga?
Yeah, right now I'm bothering Lucas to read Galaxias, another manga from Weekly Shonen magazine, not Weekly Shonen Jump. But yeah, everyone really likes it and compares it to One Piece, and yeah, and I have to agree. Like, yes, such a strong sense of adventure from the first chapter, and the world makes you ask questions.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I love it.
Ooh, it even got the "I love it" from Josh. That's big praise right there. But yeah, I'm really excited to check it out. And guys, if you're listening in still, it's only 7 chapters at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so go read it. 7 chapters. You got, you know, until next Thursday when we drop a new episode to catch up. And yeah, read Galaxias with us as we read all of these other wonderful manga.
And Gachiakuta and Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi and
Dandadan. Yeah. Start reading along. That's what we're doing it for. But yes, I have been Straw Hat Lucas, captain of the Eternal Dawn. Once again, I was joined by our wonderful musician.
Yo, peace everyone. See you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.